Hello everyone! Welcome back to Red Doe Reads. Today we have r/Am I the Butthole? If you want me to cover some specific subreddit in the next video, leave it in the comments. Am I the butthole for telling my sister she's ruining our family tradition by being vegan? I, a 29 female, come from a very close-knit family. Every year we have a big family reunion where everyone gathers at our grandparents' farm for a week of fun, bonding, and a massive feast on the last night. This feast is a big deal. It's a traditional barbecue with recipes passed down through generations. This year, my younger sister, 24 female, announced that she has become vegan. While I respect her choices, she insisted that the entire feast be vegan to accommodate her. My grandparents, who are in their late 70s, have been preparing for this reunion for months, planning all the usual dishes. They were confused and hurt when my sister demanded they change everything. I tried to find a compromise by suggesting we have a few vegan dishes alongside the traditional ones, but my sister said that wasn't good enough and that having non-vegan food at the table would make her uncomfortable and ruin her experience. Things got heated and I told her that while her new lifestyle is important, it's unfair to expect the whole family to change a cherished tradition for her. I suggested she could bring her own vegan dishes if she felt that strongly about it. She called me selfish and said I was undermining her beliefs. Now my parents are torn, and the reunion is in jeopardy. Half the family thinks I'm being reasonable, while the other half believes we should support my sister's new choices. Am I the butthole for telling my sister she's ruining our family tradition by being vegan? Wow, the title sounds way worse than it really is. After reading title only, I was 100% sure that OP is a butthole. But after finishing reading the story, I say not the butthole. I myself do not eat some kinds of meat, but I am not vegan or vegetarian. I just do not eat red meat. But I wouldn't dare, while visiting someone, saying, "Ooh, you cannot eat pork or beef while I'm here because it insults me." No! If I do something, you don't have to follow me. Of course, it's always great to have something that you can eat, but if I'm aware that the place I'm going to eat at cannot accommodate my dietary preferences, I could just bring my own and not bother everyone. Y'all, we got to 200 subscribers! I am so happy! My goal in July was to get to 250 subscribers. I know it's August, but still we are just 27 subscribers away from that. So please subscribe, you will make my day, and come back tomorrow cause I release videos every day. Am I the butthole for not cancelling a college football trip this fall after my pregnant wife cancelled her Taylor Swift trip? My friends and I, 29 male, are going to a college football game this fall. Oklahoma at Ole Miss. There are 6 of us going and it's proving to be an expansive trip. We are all meeting up in Memphis from where we live. I'm from LA. This is a 4-day, 3-night trip. Tickets, lodging, tailgates, flights, fund for bar hopping are some of our expenses. Going to a Southeastern Conference game costs a lot of money. We have all locked in nearly everything. This has been planned since the schedules were finalized earlier this year. My wife is 3 months pregnant. Now that we have a child on the way, money has become a concern for her. Her being pregnant is a bit of a surprise, but not shocking. We weren't using protection and took an approach of, if it happens, it happens. I feel comfortable with our finances, she doesn't. She's brought up remodeling a bedroom, hospital bills, and numerous other baby-related costs. She's right, it is expensive, but I have no qualms about where we are financially. She has asked me to cancel my trip. I have told her I won't do that. She was supposed to go to Taylor Swift in London in a few weeks and canceled that trip to save money. I didn't ask her to do that and encourage her to still go. She's pissed that I won't cancel the trip and that I will not sacrifice for our family. We have had several arguments about this. She will be 6 months pregnant, so there is no concern about me missing the birth. At times, the tension and stress is a lot. The last thing I want to do is stress her out, but am I the butthole? Also, I want to read this comment. If you are comfortable where you are now, but have you both sat down and looked at your budget with the baby in the mix? Will she be taking time off work, which will reduce your income? How much savings do you have in case of emergency? And OP replied, yes, we have discussed. She makes 70k and I make 100k. We keep our day-to-day accounts bare bones with 15k money market accessible if needed. We have a 300,000 mortgage. 1 car is paid off, 1 car has a 20k loan. We have 6-figure retirement accounts. She feels uncomfortable where we are at. I don't. It's mostly a difference of opinion. She gets 6 weeks paid off but can take 6 weeks more unpaid or utilize vacation time. Well, the Reddit court has made their decision and pronounced OP a butthole. But I don't completely agree. I think both OP and his wife should have taken their trips, because if OP thinks that they are financially well off, and it really sounds like they are, but I think that he might be a little bit of a butthole for not communicating with his pregnant wife properly. I think they have to talk it over, maybe have a neutral third party who can help them talk it through, and then if it is a deal breaker for at least one partner, then yes, trips should be cancelled. Am I the butthole for kicking my brother out of my apartment after he pretended I did not exist? My 26-year-old brother was fired and was living at my 19-male apartment. My brother and I used to be super close. Despite the age gap, we would always get along and he took care of me. But since he moved out, we've drifted apart. When he got fired, he didn't have enough money for rent, so I let him stay at my apartment. One thing I noticed when he came to my place was he was on his phone all the time, 10 hours of screen time a day. I actually don't have a problem with this, but it gets annoying when I'm trying to talk to him and he's staring at his phone. We haven't seen each other for years. I wanted to get to know him again, and he's on his phone constantly. Every time I talk to him, he says a single word answer and goes back to texting his friends. Again, I won't mind, but he's living in my apartment, and from day one he's refusing to acknowledge me. Another thing that pissed me off was how we went to a restaurant a few weeks ago and he got a call from his friends. He told his friend he was drinking with a few buddies from high school. Well, I was right there. I'm his brother. When we finished, he wanted to take a picture. Naturally, I got in the frame. He told me to get my ugly butt out of there and sent a photo of him alone to his friends. A similar thing happened where he was video calling his friend and I didn't know it. I thought it was just a voice call. I accidentally walked in frame and his friend asked who I was. He immediately said I was a repairman. I'm his brother. 2 days ago, he invited over some girl and told me to hide. Yes, he told me to hide in my own apartment where I pay all the bills. He didn't want the girl to know I exist. I just did what he said because he's my brother and I thought he still cared about me like he did before. I thought I should have confronted him then, but I didn't. He's so ashamed to have me as a brother suddenly. We didn't have a falling out, it just happened randomly. I couldn't get over the fact that he never tells anyone about me. He's repeatedly told his friends and even strangers that I'm just one of his friends. He said I was a repairman, for God's sake. He's never willing to take a photo with me. He's pretending he's here alone. Because of this, yesterday, I kicked him out of my apartment. I have a slow processing time, so it took me a day to think it over. But the fact that he wanted me to hide when that random girl was over at my place was the last straw. We had a huge argument over it. Since my brother doesn't have his own apartment, I told him he could live at our parents' house. And I'll even offer to drive him over, but he's not going to be in my place anymore. My brother denied everything and said I overreacting. Am I? I'm not really good at standing up for myself, so I don't know if I was overreacting or not. Nah, I don't think OP really overreacted because OP's brother really acts super sketchy. I guess that most likely it is because he has some kind of insecurities about him, 26-year-old, not being able to afford rent, so he has to stay with his younger brother. But I mean, that would be a great time to be thankful to your brother and to your family that they can take you in, no problem, no questions asked. But that's literally the worst time to be a butthole. Am I the butthole for posting about my gift maternity box on social media when my stepsister never got one for her son? I recently had my first child. When we were discharged, the hospital sent us home with a baby box. It was a cute little box that can double as a bed and came with a mattress, some baby clothes, and other essentials. This caught me off guard because I live in the US. I thought this was only a thing in Finland. Turns out the county I live in works with a charity that provides these boxes for all expecting mothers. I was pretty stoked about this, so I made a post on Instagram showing it off. My stepmom messaged me and told me I should take down the post a few days later. She said it was in bad taste because a lot of new moms don't get this perk. She pointed out that her daughter, my stepsister, has been very upset by this. My stepsister did reach out, but her response was something like, "Wow, I had my son, all hospital sent me was maxi pads and a bill." Angry face emoji. I didn't take the post down because I want to highlight the work that charity was doing, especially for women in my area who may not be aware of the baby boxes and could really need it. My stepsister sent me a DM telling me to take the post down. She said it's unfair she has to struggle with a special needs baby, while the other moms can gloat about how being a new mom is awesome. She said she never got a free box or clothes or perfume like my cousin, and everyone stopped caring once she had her son, while me, my cousin, and all our other relatives get all the attention. Right now, I'm leaning towards keeping the post up. I don't live in the same state as my stepfamily, but I am aware of social programs designed to help parents with special needs kids. That or my sister get help or get counseling. But maybe that's not the best move. Am I the butthole? Oh, of course not. And yeah, as a person living in Finland, it is huge Finnish flex that yes, baby box exists and it is awesome. I do not have kids myself, but I have my niece. And when my sister was giving birth to her, she got that box. And I think if you buy all of that stuff yourself, it will be around $1,000. Or you can actually get money instead of the box, but you will only get like maybe $200. So no way you can buy all of that stuff with the money you can get instead. But yeah, Finns are very proud of it. And they even sometimes send it to some celebrities who have babies. For example, back when Kate Middleton and Prince William had their children, every time Finland as a country sent them a baby box. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. You can also watch this awesome video or that awesome playlist. See you next time!